And welcome back to another video. On this one, I'm gonna break down our wash and wax process, how we do it, what we use, why we do things. So if you're doing this as a business, we'll definitely help you out to understand our process, and hopefully in some way you can kind of implement something that we do into your operations. All the links to what we use will be down in the description box down below. Let's get started with this wash and wax breakdown. So for starters, we're gonna take out our wheel bucket, our wash buckets, and then our ladder, since we have to get on the top of the roof. So now we do have the IK Foam Pro 12 pump sprayer in our van, which has made life a lot easier because we can still just pump it up with our air compressor. It gives us a nice thick foam and it's just much easier to work with. So we're gonna go and do all the wheels, tires, and fenders as the first step in the cleaning process. Now, I didn't capture it on camera, but we did quickly do a pre-rinse. The vehicle is not in super dirty condition, so it's not gonna require that much prep work in order to get the actual process started. So we gave it a quick rinse, and now we're gonna foam it down. Now, our wash process is pretty straightforward. We're gonna have 3 to 5 wash towels in our wash bucket. We're gonna make sure it's foamed up in the bucket. We're gonna use all sides of the towel to wash the vehicle, and once that towel is dirty, there's no more clean sides, we're gonna discard that towel into a dry bucket, and then we're gonna get another clean towel out of the wash bucket. That way we never introduce a dirty towel into our wash solution bucket. It always stays clean, which is why we do like the one bucket wash method, because we have one bucket but multiple towels, and that's why we foam it down. That way the foam's there, and then the bucket is foamed up too, so there's enough lubrication. And we just need multiple wash mitts or multiple wash towels. Now, one thing that you'll notice with everything that we do is that nothing ever stops. Whether it's a one-man crew, a two-man crew, or a three-man crew, is you need to know what everyone is doing, what's everyone's next task, and who does what. So for here, like, there was never a time, and this is basically whenever we're working, whether it's a 2-man or 3-man crew, is that everyone knows what they're doing, right? There should always be like a movement going on. Nothing should ever be in stagnation, or like someone should be waiting for something. There should always be something finishing and something started. I say that in literally every video that I talk about when it comes to anything of a service that we do. As something is finishing, something is starting. That's gonna be dependent on what your service is, what the tasks are. So I can't really tell you exactly what that's gonna be on every single time, on every single service with every single person. But just whatever you're doing, just how many people, whatever service, however much work needs to be done, as something is starting or something is finishing, something else is starting. Because if you have the manpower, that's how things should be moving. So as far as drying, we're gonna use our drying towel. We're gonna use our Ego 650 blower. And here I have the stubby nose from Derek Design 3D. It's a 3D printed model or product, but it works pretty well. I'll do a review at some point of the stubby nose. And then Christian is going back with a premium with our wash towel, a clean one, just to kind of spot dry the areas that are blew out with the blower. Now let's check in and see how I'm doing out there in the field. So as you can tell, we have already cleaned the wheels, tires, except we have to touch them up because this is the type of wheel that kind of, like, as much as you agitate, it's like a little weird for the, I don't know, the dirt doesn't come off. So we're gonna wipe it down with some towels now, but we're gonna do that anyways. We have cleaned the wheels and tires, fenders, washed, clayed, dried, and now Christian is doing the paint prep while Junior is still drying the vehicle. But this car was already clean to begin with, so it was like a very easy process. The most difficult part was just parking and then working in a small section of that side. Everything else, super easy. Now we're actually training Junior on site. So he hasn't had any formal training. It just, as we're there, we're telling him what to do, how to do things. And whenever you hire someone, there's gonna be a big learning curve. It's not like you just hire someone and the very next day they know exactly what to do. Expect anywhere between 30 to 60 days to where that person feels confident and they have a much better understanding of what to do, the system, what the next steps are. You have to give them the training, you have to give them the time, and it's gonna take time. So expect 30 to 60 days, depending on how many hours, how many days, how many services that they're doing. But you have to give them some buffer time to really understand the process so that you're not overlooking them as much, or that they're not making as many like small errors. Because if they don't have the training, if they don't have the experience, like, you have to give it time. So as I'm touching up the wheels and tires, as Junior is drying the vehicle, Christian is already applying the paint prep in order to apply the wax. And as we move forward, we're gonna be doing the door jambs, the wheels, the glass, and Christian is applying the sealant to the paint. Okay, it is 11:10 right now and we are wrapping up the detail. Basically everything's done, everything's put up minus the benches and whatever Christian is using. So then we'll do a final inspection, get the card out, well, get the square reader out, talk to the customer, charge it, and then we are done. I think we got here like at, well, they got here like at 9:30 or so. So just under 2-ish hours to complete it. It was very simple. I mean, like if we just had like normal driveway and like normal street space, it would have gone even faster, but the little jammed up area just kind of added the delay of having to like just move in a tight, just kind of operate in a smaller area. And that's gonna wrap up the video right here. Hopefully you learned something. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any comments about anything or want me to clarify anything. You can find most of the tools and products that we use down in the video description box down below. You can also check out the ultimate guide to start your detailing business. You can check out my second YouTube channel, the Proper Care channel, where I talk and teach everything detailing related. Or if you want to go more in depth on the marketing, sales, and operations, you can check out my podcast, the Detailing Business Class Podcast. And that way you can, like, on the road, washing dishes or detailing, you can listen to some advice on marketing, growing, and starting your detailing business. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.